Have you ever wondered why so many elderly individuals choose solitude over social gatherings, finding comfort in quiet independence instead of forging new connections? Is it loneliness, or could it be something deeper? In this video, we're diving into the heartfelt reasons behind this choice, exploring the wisdom, peace, and freedom that come with prioritizing inner tranquility over societal expectations. Join us to uncover the beauty of aging gracefully and discover why this lifestyle shift is a meaningful choice. Stay with us until the end. You may find a new perspective on life, connection, and the value of solitude. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. One reason is fatigue from constantly building or maintaining new relationships. As people age, the once exciting pursuit of forging new connections loses its appeal. In youth, the thrill of meeting new people, discovering fresh experiences, and forming new bonds carries a sense of adventure and curiosity. However, as the years pass, that spark diminishes, and the constant effort of socializing can feel less like an opportunity for growth and more like a task. The idea of continuously opening up to new people, sharing personal stories, and integrating into new social circles can feel redundant, even overwhelming. For many older adults, these actions are seen as missions already accomplished, paths already well traveled, and the need to revisit them no longer feels necessary. As people grow older, they gain a sense of freedom, a deep understanding that they no longer need to meet societal pressures to constantly nurture new social ties. By this stage in life, many feel they have given enough of themselves, heard enough stories, and experienced all the various dynamics of friendship, love, and understanding. The yearning for connection, once strong and eager in earlier years, is replaced with a desire for peace, reflection, and relaxation after a long journey filled with emotional investments. In old age, the focus shifts toward personal serenity rather than the need to form new, often demanding connections. Life becomes less about the excitement of change and more about embracing the stability and tranquility found in having lived through countless moments of social interaction, some of which may have been marked by conflict or personal challenges. Older adults may no longer feel the need to continually share themselves with others, but this isn't due to emotional closure or bitterness. Rather, it's because their hearts are already full. Their experiences and relationships have provided them with a rich tapestry of emotions, memories, and understandings, leaving them satisfied. They seek peace over novelty. The emotional energy once spent on maintaining relationships is now reserved for enjoying life's simpler pleasures, free from the constant demands of social obligation. Maintaining relationships over the years is akin to keeping a fire burning. It requires consistent effort, care, and investment. However, as they age, older individuals recognize that not all relationships need to remain active or intense. Some can be allowed to cool naturally, transforming into warm memories that hold significant meaning but no longer demand constant attention. In this phase of life, they can look back with contentment, smile at the memories they've created, and accept that it's okay to let go. One of the greatest wisdom that aging brings is the realization that not every relationship needs to be everlasting. Letting go of certain connections is not a form of loneliness. Rather, it's an expression of freedom. This freedom is one of the most precious gifts of old age, a liberation from the need for others' validation or approval. At this stage, they no longer seek external affirmation to feel complete. The highs and lows they've experienced, the friendships they've formed, and even the disappointments they've endured have all contributed to a sense of inner peace and self-completion. The elderly learn that happiness doesn't require the ongoing pursuit of new relationships to fill a perceived void because they've already found contentment within themselves. Throughout life, many seek external connections to find meaning or validation. However, when one reaches the later stages of life, the most profound understanding comes from within. It comes from self-acceptance, the courage to let go of past attachments, and the ability to find joy in the simplicity of life. New relationships may offer fresh experiences, but for many older adults, happiness doesn't stem from novelty or new encounters. It arises from an inner tranquility, a soul at peace with itself, and a calm perspective on life. Fatigue from maintaining relationships is not a sign of weakness, nor does it signal a closed heart. Instead, it represents wisdom, the wisdom that true happiness is not found in the external world, but within. The elderly understand that fulfillment does not come from others' approval, but from embracing their own life's journey and finding contentment in the quiet moments of reflection and self-awareness. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 2. Prioritizing personal time and freedom in later years becomes an invaluable treasure or gift. For many seniors, this time becomes a treasured gift, something to hold close rather than spend on distant acquaintances or obligatory social events. After decades of raising families, building careers, and maintaining relationships, older adults often reach a point where they feel it's time to reclaim their lives, settling into the comfort and peace of their own space. These years are akin to the final chapters of a well-loved book, where each line is savored, each page turned with care, and every moment lived with intention. Aging often brings with it a profound sense of freedom. Freedom from the need to meet external expectations, uphold appearances, or nurture relationships that no longer serve a meaningful purpose. It's not just about having more time in the day. It's about the freedom to be truly themselves. They can indulge in what they love without fear of judgment or pressure from others. Prioritizing personal time becomes a way of rediscovering forgotten passions and simple joys. Many return to hobbies once pushed aside, whether that's reading, gardening, walking in nature, or simply watching the sunset without the rush of a tight schedule. These small pleasures, now embraced without urgency, offer a sense of calm happiness and peaceful contentment in a world that often measures success by social engagement or external achievements. There's a deeper realization that true fulfillment comes from within. Happiness isn't tied to the number of friends or the busyness of social calendars. It's often found in the stillness of one's own company. Time alone isn't about loneliness, but rather about reconnecting with what matters most on a personal level. Older adults find that they no longer need to engage in superficial conversations or maintain relationships that no longer nourish their souls. They savor the freedom to live authentically, free from societal pressures or expectations. This newfound freedom offers a fresh perspective on life. Seniors learn to release unnecessary worries, stepping away from the constant pursuit of approval. They slow down and embrace the simple joys of each day, finding peace in the small things that might have been overlooked in earlier years. They understand that stepping back from social obligations isn't a loss but a deliberate choice to focus on what brings inner peace and meaning. In this quiet phase of life, there's an opportunity to connect with the self and to care for the spirit in a gentle, nurturing way. Here, they discover a lasting joy, a joy born from inner peace and a life lived in true alignment with who they are. 3. The fear of loss or changes in relationships often brings with it a deep-seated fear that is not always visible. For many seniors, the fear of loss encompasses not just the death or physical departure of loved ones, but also the more subtle, yet equally painful transformations that relationships undergo with time. As people grow older, they reflect on the many vibrant stages of life they have experienced. Close friendships, passionate love, and the bonds of family. These moments, which once seemed so full of promise and connection, may now feel distant or fading, as many older adults have witnessed the gradual dissolution of once strong relationships. They may have watched as friends drifted apart, spouses passed away, or family members grew distant due to changes in life circumstances or values. Over time, the joy of these meaningful bonds may be overshadowed by the inevitable separations and emotional distance that come with aging. This cumulative experience of loss leads many seniors to become increasingly cautious, more reserved, and reluctant to open themselves to new relationships, or even to engage deeply in their existing social connections. The fear of loss, however, is not solely about the physical absence of loved ones. It also includes the emotional and mental shifts that occur within relationships. As time passes, people grow and change, sometimes in ways that create unseen rifts or gaps between individuals. For seniors, the idea of forming a new connection often carries the painful awareness that no relationship, no matter how promising, is immune to the forces of time and circumstance. The natural erosion of feelings, whether it's the fading of affection, the weakening of shared interests, or the drifting apart of values, can create invisible distances that no one can bridge. In the face of this reality, many seniors choose not to invest in forming new relationships, instead opting to protect themselves from the risk of heartache and disappointment. The idea of developing deep emotional bonds only to face the eventual pain of separation again is often more than they are willing to endure. Rather than opening up to the potential of new connections, they guard their hearts, keeping a safe distance from others as a way of preventing themselves from experiencing further emotional wounds. This fear of loss is further complicated by a deeper existential anxiety, the fear of losing one's sense of self or capacity to engage in meaningful relationships. Aging brings about not only physical changes but also shifts in one's emotional and mental faculties. The decline of physical health, the weakening of memory, and the limitations on communication skills can make older adults feel vulnerable and disconnected from the people they care about. There is often a deep concern about becoming a burden to family and friends, and many older adults are afraid that, as their health deteriorates, they may no longer be able to contribute to the relationships that once brought them joy. The prospect of disappointing others or becoming less than what one once was in the eyes of loved ones can be an overwhelming source of anxiety. This fear is compounded by the reality that many seniors struggle with the increasing difficulty of maintaining friendships or social circles as they grow older. These challenges, whether physical, emotional, or cognitive, can prevent older adults from fully participating in social activities, making them more likely to withdraw from others and reduce their social engagements. The idea of failing to meet others' expectations or feeling inadequate in relationships creates a sense of isolation that many seniors find difficult to face. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Furthermore, separation and loss are not merely abstract fears for older adults. They are painful, lived experiences. Many seniors have already endured the profound grief of losing a spouse, a close friend, or even a child. Each loss is not just a change in life circumstances, but a deep emotional rupture that leaves lasting scars. Over the years, with each loss, seniors become more cautious and protective of their hearts, learning to avoid forming new attachments for fear that they will once again have to face the pain of loss. They may have faced the death of a spouse and the dissolution of close friendships, and each experience serves to reinforce their reluctance to open themselves to new relationships. This constant exposure to loss and grief shapes their worldview, leading them to become more selective about the people they choose to maintain close connections with. They often find themselves holding on only to the relationships that bring them peace and comfort while distancing themselves from those that might lead to emotional instability or distress. In this way, the fear of loss becomes not only a reflection of past experiences but a survival mechanism, a way of coping with the understanding that happiness and connection can vanish in an instant. On a deeper level, there is a philosophical realization that adds to the complexity of this fear: the awareness of life's impermanence. As seniors grow older and confront their mortality, they come to understand that all relationships, no matter how close or enduring, have an endpoint. Whether through death, distance, or the simple passage of time, every connection eventually reaches its conclusion. This realization is sobering, but it also offers a sense of acceptance. In the face of this inevitable truth, many seniors learn not to cling too tightly to anyone or anything. They come to see attachment not as a source of lasting happiness, but as something that, by its very nature, is fleeting and transient. This understanding leads many seniors to withdraw from the pursuit of new relationships. Instead of seeking to build new connections that might one day be lost, they turn inward, finding comfort and peace within themselves. They learn to cultivate a rich, inner world where they are no longer dependent on others for validation or emotional fulfillment. By embracing the impermanence of life, they come to accept that all relationships are temporary, and that true contentment comes not from clinging to others, but from finding harmony within oneself. Ultimately, the avoidance of new relationships or the reduction in social engagements is not necessarily a sign of loneliness or pessimism, but rather a deeply intentional choice. It is a decision to protect one's heart and spirit from the potential pain of future loss. This choice reflects an understanding that, while relationships can bring joy and fulfillment, they can also bring pain, and sometimes the emotional cost of maintaining them outweighs the benefits. In their later years, many seniors find peace in letting go of the need to constantly seek new connections or maintain old ones at all costs. Instead, they focus on living in the present moment, accepting the reality of change and loss with calmness and grace. In doing so, they embrace a form of emotional freedom, one that comes from releasing attachments and accepting that, in life, not everything needs to be held onto. In this space, seniors can find joy in the small, fleeting moments of everyday life, unburdened by the need for external validation or connection. Through this acceptance, they come to understand that loss and change are not just inevitable, but natural parts of life. True freedom, in their eyes, comes from letting go of what no longer serves them and finding peace in the present, unencumbered by the past or future. For shifts in perception and life values occur as the years pass. As the years go by, older adults experience profound shifts in both their perception of life and their core values. These shifts occur gradually, over time, as they gain a deeper awareness and wisdom. Looking back on their lives with a more evolved perspective, they begin to recognize what truly matters and what can be left behind. This long journey, filled with many experiences, leads them to realize that life is not a race to constantly connect with others or to build an ever-expanding social network. Instead, life becomes a quest for deeper meaning, inner peace, and a sense of acceptance. What once seemed important, the desire for social approval, personal achievements, or the thrills of dynamic relationships, no longer carries the same weight. Seniors come to understand that life isn't defined by the number of people they know or the frequency of their interactions. The fleeting encounters and superficial relationships that once seemed so essential lose their significance. Instead, older adults begin to value simplicity and sincerity, recognizing that true fulfillment comes not from the quantity of connections, but from the quality of the bonds they share. They choose to nurture relationships that bring genuine understanding, empathy, and a deep sense of connection, rather than pursuing those that are shallow or temporary. As they transition into old age, a profound realization dawns. Greatness is not found in constructing an image for others, nor in pursuing external recognition. Rather, true greatness comes from an honest, introspective understanding of oneself. This shift in awareness causes them to reevaluate the values that have shaped their lives, and they begin to discard those things that no longer bring them true joy or meaning. In this new phase, they learn to slow down, no longer rushing to chase things that lie beyond their reach or striving to meet society's often arbitrary standards. They come to understand that happiness and fulfillment are not dependent on external achievements or the approval of others, but on connecting with their true selves. One of the most profound changes in life values for older adults is their increasing focus on their inner world. After experiencing the ups and downs of life, they come to understand that real peace comes not from external circumstances, but from a sense of inner tranquility. This shift helps them recognize that the fleeting thrill of social interactions, whether it's attending events, expanding networks, or maintaining casual acquaintances, pales in comparison to the lasting peace found in solitude and introspection. Instead of chasing new experiences or striving to meet societal expectations, older adults find fulfillment in simpler pleasures, such as meditation, self-reflection, appreciating nature's beauty, and living in harmony with the natural rhythm of life. As time passes, the awareness of its fleeting nature deepens, and with it comes a stronger sense of the timeless values that truly matter. This realization encourages older adults to let go. Let go of things that are no longer useful, of unrealistic expectations, and even of relationships that no longer fit their evolving needs. This process of letting go is liberating, allowing them to embrace a sense of lightness and serenity. They begin to understand that life isn't always about accumulating new experiences or engaging in noisy, crowded social events. Sometimes, it is about quiet companionship with oneself, finding peace in solitude, and contentment in the present moment. Ultimately, this shift in perception and life values allows older adults to live more authentically. They no longer feel compelled to play social roles or pretend to meet others' expectations. They dare to live true to themselves, to be honest with their feelings and values, and to embrace the life they have lived with pride and acceptance. In this stage of life, they seek not the thrill of new friendships or social visits, but the deep contentment that comes from cherishing every moment with themselves and holding close to what truly matters. It is not a rejection of society, but a natural step towards living more mindfully, embracing the simple joys of life, and allowing the soul to rest in peace. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. High self-reliance and the desire to not depend on others. In old age, there is often a strong desire to preserve one's independence and avoid relying on others. This desire for self-reliance emerges after years of navigating a world built on mutual dependence, where individuals are expected to contribute to family structures, work as part of teams, and integrate into social circles. Over time, as people age, they yearn to reconnect with themselves, reclaiming the autonomy they might have felt they lost earlier in life. This independence is not just about the ability to care for oneself physically, but extends to a deeper philosophical desire to live free from reliance on anyone else. It represents a way of being that values calm, freedom, and self-respect. For many older adults, independence brings a profound sense of autonomy. It allows them to regain control over their own lives, a control they might have surrendered during the busier, more demanding stages of their life. This autonomy enables them to make decisions about how they live their daily lives without the constant worry of imposing on others or becoming a burden. Every action, no matter how small, becomes a reflection of personal freedom, a step towards self-determination that provides deep fulfillment and satisfaction. This self-sufficiency is a quiet affirmation that they are still capable and valuable, able to care for themselves and steer their lives in the direction they choose. Additionally, many seniors harbor an unspoken fear of becoming a burden to others, especially their loved ones. They do not want to place a heavy responsibility on their children, friends, or family members. The thought of their loved ones worrying about them or feeling obligated to care for them can evoke feelings of guilt or discomfort. The desire for self-reliance becomes a way to protect their dignity and preserve their pride. For many older adults, needing help can bring feelings of vulnerability, unease, and even embarrassment. They prefer to handle challenges independently, facing each day with calm resilience, to retain their self-respect and maintain the maximum amount of independence possible. This desire for independence often leads older individuals to distance themselves from new social connections. They may hesitate to forge new friendships or avoid social gatherings out of fear of creating obligations or expectations they do not want to meet. A new friend might expect them to share time, experiences, or even emotional support, all of which could potentially disrupt the freedom they have carefully cultivated. By keeping their social circle small and avoiding complex relationships, they can safeguard their sense of autonomy and avoid feeling tied down or pressured into fulfilling the expectations of others. However, it is important to understand that self-reliance is not about total isolation or the rejection of help. Rather, it is a reflection of a resilient spirit, a proactive approach to life, and a deep appreciation for the ability to take care of oneself. For older adults, self-reliance symbolizes strength, pride, and a refusal to be defined by the need for external assistance. It is a form of freedom. Freedom from social pressures, from the judgments of others, and from the weight of living up to anyone's expectations except their own. This self-reliance allows them to focus on what truly brings them joy and fulfillment, rather than expending energy on social interactions that may feel burdensome or draining. Instead, they dedicate their time to activities that nourish their soul and provide genuine happiness. They might cook their favorite meals, tend to a small garden, or enjoy a peaceful walk in the park. These seemingly simple pleasures bring them far more joy and satisfaction than any social event or gathering could. The ability to find joy in these small, personal moments is a powerful testament to their self-sufficiency and ability to create a fulfilling life on their terms. Ultimately, the desire for self-reliance does not mean that seniors do not seek connection or closeness. It simply means that they have learned to find balance in life by protecting themselves from the complexities and responsibilities that come with deeper social obligations. Their independence is a quiet, calm form of self-governance, a confidence born of wisdom and experience. It is a way of life that reflects their inner peace and the pride they take in having created a life that is entirely their own. It is a life shaped by freedom, tranquility, and fulfillment, in which they savor each moment on their terms, finding joy in the simplicity of everyday life. 6. Appreciating and choosing to live life at a slower pace. As time moves forward and the years accumulate, older adults often come to a profound realization. There is no longer any need to rush through life, to constantly chase after social standards, or to strive for superficial achievements as they once did. The pressures and fast pace that dominated their younger years begin to fade, and they start to see the wisdom in slowing down. In this new chapter of life, each passing moment becomes an opportunity for deep reflection and appreciation. Every breath, every sensation, and every small, seemingly insignificant occurrence in the world around them is cherished. For them, choosing to slow down is not a matter of lacking time or energy. It is a deliberate and conscious decision to find peace and joy in the present. It is a path to true happiness that does not require rushing toward the future or competing with the past. In a world that often values speed and productivity, slowing down becomes a sanctuary. It allows them to step away from the stresses and pressures that used to accompany the demands of youth and active social lives. If in the past, their days were consumed with work obligations, trying to meet the expectations of others, maintaining a busy social calendar, and striving to fulfill family or societal roles, they now find freedom in taking their time. This deliberate slowing down is not a retreat into inactivity but a form of liberation, a way to embrace serenity. With no need to rush, they begin to notice the simple beauties of life, the soft light of the morning sun, the joyful sounds of birds singing, and the comforting warmth and aroma of a cup of tea in the quiet of the morning. Every moment becomes a precious gift, stretching out in ways that allow them to see life more clearly and deeply. The philosophy of senior living embraces the idea that slowing down does not mean withdrawing from life or becoming idle. Instead, it is a way to find harmony between the inner self and the outer world. It is a conscious decision to pause and fully appreciate the small things that may have been overlooked during a more hectic time of life. It means taking time to truly savor life's experiences, enjoying each delicious bite of a meal, immersing oneself in a great book, or engaging in a meaningful conversation with loved ones. It is in these moments of mindfulness that older adults find a deeper sense of happiness. By living slowly, they do not miss out on the richness of life. On the contrary, they can live more fully, soaking up every sensation and experience without feeling the need to rush or check off tasks. Slowing down also involves learning to let go. It is about shedding the weight of unnecessary worries, unrealistic societal expectations, and distant, often unattainable goals. Older adults come to understand that happiness is not measured by accomplishments or external validation. They no longer feel compelled to achieve certain milestones or fit into predetermined molds. Instead, they discover that peace arises from accepting themselves as they are, and from letting go of the idea that they need to constantly chase after something external. True fulfillment, they learn, is found in being at peace with who they are and embracing the present. Choosing to live at a slower pace is an act of self-love, a quiet rebellion against the hustle and bustle that defines so much of modern life. It is a courageous act of claiming their own time and their rhythm, without the need to conform to anyone else's expectations. This slower pace brings with it a deeper understanding of life's true value. Happiness, they realize, does not always come from grand events or large celebrations. Instead, it is found in the simplest of things: the joy of waking up healthy in the morning, the peaceful moments spent resting in the shade of a tree in the afternoon, or the wonder of gazing at the stars in the clear night sky. These everyday moments, once so easily overlooked, become the foundation of true contentment. Slowing down allows older adults to experience the eternity that exists in each fleeting moment. They become more attuned to the interconnectedness between themselves and the world around them, realizing that there is a profound connection between all things. This slower pace creates the space to focus on nurturing both physical and mental health. No longer do they rush through meals or sacrifice their health for the sake of work or obligations. Instead, they listen to their bodies, paying attention to their needs. They make time for light exercise, opt for nourishing foods, and prioritize restful sleep. Their days are marked by practices that nourish not just the body, but the soul, whether through meditation, journaling, or quiet moments of reflection. These moments of slowness not only restore the body but also bring a deep sense of peace and renewal to the mind. They offer a much-needed break from the mental clutter of the past and allow the individual to connect with a more authentic version of themselves. Ultimately, the decision to live at a slower pace reflects a profound wisdom. It is a choice rooted in a deep understanding of what truly matters. By slowing down, older adults allow life to unfold naturally, without the interference of external pressures or unrealistic expectations. It is an acceptance that life does not need to be loud or frantic to be meaningful, and that true happiness does not depend on external circumstances, but on one's ability to find peace within. In embracing this slower pace, older adults find fulfillment not in the pursuit of things or accomplishments, but in the acceptance of life as it is. They find contentment in what they have and in the memories they have made, rather than in what they still hope to achieve. In this slower, more deliberate way of living, they discover inner peace, authenticity, and happiness that comes from within, a happiness that is not contingent on anyone else or the outside world's fluctuating circumstances. It is the deep satisfaction of a life lived with intention, fully and authentically, in their own unique and cherished way. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 7. Changes in living environment and health. As individuals age, both physical and mental health undergo gradual but inevitable changes, profoundly affecting their daily lives. The living environment and overall well-being of older adults become critical factors in determining how they engage with the world around them, particularly their social relationships. As health begins to decline and the body becomes less resilient, the ability to adapt to the changes in their environment also diminishes. This often leads to the need for older adults to reassess their lifestyle, activities, and communication habits. What once seemed like simple, everyday tasks, such as walking, moving around the house, or even participating in social gatherings, can suddenly become significant challenges. These challenges force seniors to reconsider the importance of maintaining or establishing new relationships, as health limitations and mobility issues present some of the greatest barriers. As physical pain becomes a more constant companion and every step grows harder, activities that once provided joy and a sense of connection, like socializing or attending family gatherings, no longer hold the same appeal. The once exciting prospect of visiting friends or having them over for a cup of coffee might become a daunting task instead. Even simple pleasures, like inviting neighbors over for a chat or taking a walk around the block, can feel overwhelming. Seniors, no longer able to keep up with their former pace, may find that social pressures, like the expectation to host or engage with others, become more burdensome than enjoyable. To alleviate this stress, many choose to retreat into their personal space, focusing on gentle, low-impact activities that match their physical abilities. The concept of narrowing their world becomes an essential way of coping, allowing them to focus on what is most important without the anxiety of meeting external expectations. The physical aspects of aging, combined with the emotional toll of health limitations, lead to a reevaluation of social priorities. Mobility issues, such as needing assistance to move or being unable to drive, can prevent seniors from pursuing opportunities for socialization, whether it's visiting friends, attending social clubs, or simply going out into the community. What once might have been a spontaneous outing now requires significant thought and planning. Over time, these barriers can diminish the desire to maintain or form new relationships, especially when every interaction feels like an uphill struggle. Along with health concerns, changes in the living environment add another layer of difficulty for older adults. Many seniors face the emotional challenge of leaving their longtime homes to move to places like assisted living facilities, their children's homes, or entirely new communities. This transition often disrupts their mental and emotional stability, as they are forced to say goodbye to familiar spaces and routines that provide comfort and a sense of continuity. In a new environment, there is an additional layer of stress in trying to build new social connections. Meeting new people, learning unfamiliar customs, and adjusting to different social expectations can be an overwhelming experience. The sense of security that once came from knowing their neighbors, their favorite local spots, or the faces at the grocery store, is replaced with uncertainty and hesitation. This emotional upheaval is further compounded by mental health challenges that can emerge with aging. Seniors who were once lively and outgoing might now struggle to recall names, faces, or even details of past conversations. This memory loss can create a feeling of insecurity, where seniors worry that they may forget cherished friends or fail to keep up with conversations. In cases where mental health issues such as anxiety or depression take hold, the burden of communication becomes even heavier. The very act of engaging with others may become exhausting, as they wrestle with both physical and cognitive fatigue. In response to these changes, many seniors find comfort in maintaining a calm, familiar routine, free from the pressures of social expectations. In these quiet moments, they find solace in the simplicity of being at home. The home becomes more than just a place to live. It transforms into a sanctuary, offering the peace and comfort that eludes them in more social settings. By limiting interactions to those within their immediate capacity, whether it's a quiet cup of tea, a good book, or a stroll in a small garden, they can continue to find fulfillment without the need for large gatherings or complex social obligations. The changing nature of their health and environment fosters an understanding of life's deeper philosophy, that true contentment does not necessarily stem from an abundance of social connections, but from the ability to embrace and find joy in the simpler, quieter moments. With a more limited capacity, seniors often come to value and cherish these small pleasures: the warmth of sunlight on a windowsill, the peaceful hum of the world outside, or the sense of fulfillment from tending to a beloved plant. These moments, while small, become the essence of a life well lived. As health declines and their living spaces shrink, older adults are often forced to reassess their needs and desires. They come to realize that personal fulfillment is no longer tied to the number of social engagements they maintain or the number of people they impress. Instead, happiness can be found in the quiet moments of solitude, in the acceptance of their limitations, and in the peaceful contentment of a life lived according to their own pace. By choosing to focus on their health, comfort, and peace of mind, seniors make a wise and empowering shift toward a lifestyle that honors their current abilities and desires. This shift is not an act of avoidance, but rather an intentional step toward living with intention, where the goal is not to meet external social demands, but to find meaning and joy in the present moment. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 5 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 8 concerns over complexity and conflict in relationships in the later stages of life. Having lived through a wide range of experiences, both the highs and lows, older adults often find themselves drawn to a simpler, more peaceful existence. Throughout their lives, they have navigated the ups and downs of relationships, witnessed countless disputes, and experienced the emotional toll that misunderstandings and conflicts can bring. Social interaction, in all its forms, inevitably involves some level of disagreement, and over the years, they've learned to avoid the turmoil and emotional drain that come with it. Now, in their later years, they seek more tranquil and less complicated relationships, avoiding the stress and tension that often come with constant conflict. For them, peace of mind takes precedence over engaging in complex emotional entanglements. They prefer a life where the focus is on harmony, rather than wrestling with conflict. One of the foremost concerns of older adults is the potential clash of life values. As they grow older, they develop a deeper, more nuanced understanding of life, and with this comes a heightened awareness of how significant and sometimes irreconcilable differences in beliefs, perspectives, and lifestyles can be. Younger generations may approach life with fresh, sometimes bold viewpoints, yet these new ways of thinking often clash with the deeply rooted traditional values that older adults have held dear throughout their lives. Sensitive topics, such as differing views on parenting styles, religion, politics, or even financial habits, can quickly become sources of tension. These debates, for many older adults, feel overwhelming and exhausting, a storm of emotions that disrupts their peace of mind. In such moments, there's a sense of fatigue and a loss of control, leaving them with a desire to avoid further escalation. Rather than engaging in these challenging debates, seniors often choose a path of avoidance. They would rather steer clear of conversations that could spark conflict or upset the delicate balance they've worked hard to maintain. For them, preserving their mental and emotional peace becomes far more important than the need to be right or to change someone's viewpoint. This decision to avoid conflict isn't born of weakness, but rather from a deep understanding that not every disagreement needs to be settled and not every debate requires a resolution. It's a conscious choice to protect their inner peace, safeguard their hearts from unnecessary pain, and create space for serenity in their lives. The complexity of maintaining relationships is another major concern for older adults. They are keenly aware of the responsibilities and expectations that come with any relationship, whether it's family, friendships, or romantic connections. Each relationship requires a certain level of attention, care, and continuous adjustment to meet the needs of others. Some relationships demand regular communication, such as making phone calls or sending invitations, while others may require emotional labor, like offering support or companionship. For older adults, managing these relationships can sometimes feel like an invisible burden, especially as they begin to feel the weight of their aging bodies and minds. The time and energy required to keep up with these expectations can be overwhelming, and they may no longer have the desire to rearrange their daily routines to accommodate others or to put on a facade of happiness when they're not feeling cheerful. There's a growing recognition that relationships should be a source of joy and support, not another area of stress or obligation. Moreover, older adults know from experience that not every relationship brings peace and happiness. Many have endured friendships that ended in betrayal, or romantic partnerships that turned toxic, leaving them with deep emotional scars. They've weathered conflicts that resulted in separation, and some may have experienced family estrangement. These experiences have made them more discerning and cautious about whom they allow into their lives. As they age, they become more selective about the relationships they invest in, and they understand that not all connections are worth holding on to. They have learned to let go of those that no longer serve a positive purpose in their lives. This is not a sign of bitterness, but a deliberate and empowering decision to protect their well-being and preserve their emotional health. The relationships they choose to maintain are those that offer sincerity, mutual respect, and emotional nourishment. However, avoiding complexity and conflict doesn't equate to a desire for isolation or complete withdrawal from social interactions. Many seniors yearn for meaningful, yet simple, connections. What they seek are relationships that don't require constant maintenance or effort to keep up. They long for friendships that are rooted in understanding, where words are not always necessary but where silence can still carry a deep sense of closeness. They cherish relationships that don't demand grand gestures or frequent actions, but instead offer genuine companionship and emotional warmth. It could be as simple as sitting together in quiet comfort, sharing a peaceful moment with a neighbor who offers a friendly greeting each morning, or spending time with a family member who listens without judgment or the need to fix things. It's these simple, authentic connections that provide the most comfort and emotional stability, allowing them to feel connected without the strain of expectations or conflict. Ultimately, the decision to avoid complexity and conflict in relationships is not an act of retreat but a wise and thoughtful philosophy of life. With the passage of time comes a greater sense of calm, wisdom, and insight into what truly matters. Older adults understand that happiness doesn't come from trying to please everyone around them or from maintaining every relationship, no matter how draining it may be. Rather, true happiness is found in the peace that comes from within, a peace that allows them to live authentically and embrace the simple pleasures that life still has to offer. In the quieter, slower pace of life, they discover a profound joy that is not overshadowed by the complications of unresolved conflicts or the weight of unmet expectations. This joy is born out of acceptance, self-love, and a deep sense of contentment in the present moment. It's the joy of knowing that they are at peace with themselves and their lives, and that, at this stage, their most important relationship is the one they have with their hearts. Part 2. Essential preparations for a fulfilling solo life in old age. Preparing for a fulfilling and rewarding old age when living alone requires thoughtful and intentional planning, a focus on creating supportive habits, and an ongoing commitment to maintaining both physical and emotional well-being. While the prospect of spending our later years independently can feel intimidating or uncertain, many individuals find that embracing this stage of life with confidence is not only empowering but also deeply satisfying. By making key preparations in various aspects of life, it is possible to create a meaningful, comfortable, and joyful solo journey in old age. Below are several crucial preparations that can contribute to cultivating a sense of fulfillment as we grow older and navigate life independently. Physical health and well-being. First and foremost, taking proactive steps to care for your physical health is fundamental to living a fulfilling life on your own. As we age, our mobility and overall physical capabilities naturally decline, making it increasingly important to establish and maintain healthy routines that promote strength, flexibility, and endurance. Beginning these routines early can help reduce the effects of aging and prevent the loss of independence. Engaging in regular physical activity, such as walking, swimming, or gentle strength training, plays a vital role in maintaining an active body and mitigating the risk of injuries, particularly those related to balance, which can become more problematic in older years. In addition to exercise, it is essential to prioritize nutrition. A well-balanced diet, rich in vitamins, minerals, fiber, and healthy fats, supports not only physical health but also cognitive function, emotional well-being, and overall energy levels. Taking time to prepare meals that are both nourishing and enjoyable can become a cherished part of daily life. This ritual of cooking can provide an opportunity to focus on self-care, take pride in what you nourish your body with, and savor moments of quiet reflection. A consistent commitment to healthy eating helps preserve physical independence, enhance mental clarity, and maintain a positive outlook, which are all essential for thriving in later years. Emotional health and support systems. Equally important as physical health is the emotional and social aspect of aging. Living alone does not equate to isolation. On the contrary, cultivating meaningful connections with others is a vital part of creating a fulfilling solo life. The need for companionship and support remains throughout life, and regular interaction with friends, family, neighbors, or community groups can provide a sense of connection and emotional stability. Whether it's sharing a meal, engaging in meaningful conversation, or simply enjoying a shared activity, these connections are an essential part of maintaining a sense of belonging and emotional well-being. It is helpful to surround yourself with a reliable circle of people who can check in on you, provide emotional support, and assist with tasks when needed. This can be immensely comforting, as it ensures you are never completely alone in times of need. Moreover, technology offers a valuable way to stay connected with loved ones who may not be geographically close. Video calls, messaging apps, and social media platforms allow you to maintain regular communication, fostering ongoing relationships that transcend distance. In this digital age, it is easier than ever to stay in touch, ensuring that even though you may live independently, you can still share your life with others and receive support in return. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 6 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Financial stability and independence. Planning financially is another critical aspect of a fulfilling solo life in old age. Financial security reduces stress and allows for greater freedom of choice in how to live. Crafting a comprehensive retirement plan, budgeting for potential healthcare costs, and maintaining an emergency fund are all essential steps in preparing for a future where you can confidently live independently without worrying about money. Taking the time to periodically review and adjust your finances to account for any changes that may arise with age, such as increased medical expenses or home repairs, is essential for maintaining a stress-free lifestyle. In addition to saving for the future, simplifying your financial obligations, reducing debt, and organizing your expenses can offer an added layer of security. This proactive approach ensures that you are financially equipped to handle any unexpected situations that might arise, whether it's a sudden medical expense, home maintenance, or other unforeseen costs. Living with financial independence means having the freedom to prioritize your well-being and make choices that enhance your quality of life, without the constant burden of financial worries. Creating a safe and comfortable living environment. Lastly, your living environment plays a significant role in your overall sense of well-being. Ensuring that your home is a safe and comfortable space can make a huge difference in how you feel day to day. As we age, even simple tasks can become more challenging, so it's important to make adjustments that support ease and safety. Installing handrails in hallways and bathrooms, ensuring proper lighting in all areas, and using non-slip mats in key spaces like the bathroom or kitchen are all relatively small changes that can reduce the risk of falls and accidents. Furthermore, decluttering and organizing your home can not only improve safety but also enhance your emotional state. A tidy, organized living space can promote a sense of calm and clarity while reducing unnecessary stress or anxiety that may come from an overwhelming environment. By creating a home that is both safe and serene, you can foster a sense of peace and autonomy, making it easier to navigate everyday tasks and continue enjoying your independence well into your later years. Creating an environment where you feel secure, comfortable, and capable of moving around freely plays a crucial role in fostering a strong sense of control and confidence. When your living space is carefully arranged to meet your needs, you can focus on what truly matters: your health, your passions, and your well-being, without constantly worrying about physical limitations or potential hazards within your home. This sense of stability allows you to engage in daily activities with ease, knowing that your surroundings are conducive to your overall comfort and safety. Equally important is mental and emotional wellness, which is vital to maintaining a balanced and fulfilling life, especially in later years. While solitude can often be a peaceful and restorative experience, it's essential to actively engage the mind to preserve a sense of purpose and joy. Pursuing hobbies, whether it's reading, gardening, painting, or picking up a new skill, can provide both stimulation and a deep sense of satisfaction. These activities not only keep your mind active but also enrich your life by offering a source of creativity and personal growth. In addition to cultivating hobbies, keeping a journal, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in meditation are powerful tools for managing stress, clarifying thoughts, and fostering emotional resilience. These practices help you maintain mental clarity, balance, and a sense of calm, which can be particularly beneficial in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Staying connected to the world around you is equally important. Attending community events or volunteering can offer meaningful opportunities to stay engaged, social, and active. These experiences can also serve as a way to make a difference, creating a sense of accomplishment and contributing to a greater cause, even from the comfort of your home. A vital aspect of this holistic approach to well-being is planning for self-care and medical needs. Staying on top of health maintenance by having a trusted healthcare provider, scheduling regular checkups, and keeping a list of necessary medications is an essential part of managing your overall health. For added peace of mind, consider investing in home health monitoring devices, such as blood pressure monitors, glucose meters, or even wearables that track activity and vitals. These tools can empower you to take a proactive approach to your health, allowing you to monitor your well-being independently. There may also be times when additional assistance is needed. Knowing how to access nearby medical services, understanding what local resources are available, or considering the installation of a medical alert system can provide an added layer of security and peace of mind. Proactively addressing these aspects of your health helps to minimize surprises, offering more control over your well-being and allowing you to focus on enjoying life. Adopting a positive outlook and an adaptable mindset can make a significant difference in the overall quality of life, especially when living alone in old age. This stage can be a time of rediscovery, where you have the opportunity to embrace your personal preferences and interests, free from compromise or external expectations. Recognizing that aging brings inevitable change, and being open to adjusting as needed, allows for greater resilience and satisfaction in navigating this phase of life. This period of life offers a unique opportunity to prioritize self-fulfillment and inner peace, placing more focus on the things that genuinely bring happiness and contentment. Practicing gratitude for each day, embracing the ups and downs, and staying present in the moment can help cultivate a rewarding and fulfilling solo experience. Every day holds the possibility for growth and discovery, and approaching life with an open heart allows for a deeper appreciation of the joys, however small, that come your way. Preparing for a fulfilling solo journey in old age involves not just practical planning but also a commitment to mental wellness, financial stability, and social connection. By proactively addressing health, self-care, and emotional well-being, you set the stage for a life of independence and inner peace. Taking steps to maintain your health, stay connected, and nurture your passions ensures that you can live life on your terms, with confidence and joy. Living alone in later years is not a limitation but rather an opportunity for true freedom. It's a time to create a space that is entirely your own, a place that reflects your unique personality and needs, filled with everything that allows you to thrive. With thoughtful planning, a positive mindset, and a focus on both practical and emotional well-being, the best years of your life may still lie ahead, waiting to be embraced with open arms. As we come to the end of this journey through the quiet yet profound choices that many elderly individuals make, we invite you to take a moment and reflect on what you've learned. Have you gained new insight into the peace that comes with self-reliance, the freedom of living authentically, or the wisdom in prioritizing meaningful moments over social expectations? Perhaps you now see solitude in a new light, as a space for growth, fulfillment, and tranquility. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share in the comments below one thing you've learned from this video and how you plan to bring it into your life. Is there a new perspective you'll adopt, a habit you'll nurture, or a mindset you'll carry with you? Your stories and reflections can be an inspiration to others in this community, so don't hesitate to share. If you enjoyed this video and found it valuable, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. By doing so, you're not only supporting us, but you're also joining a community that values life's deeper insights and celebrates the wisdom found in every stage of life. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.